on?
I did everything but
Hey,
share.
guys, it is time to get started. Volix this evening. And, of course, we are in the
Bozard Ford Studio.
Damn right we are. And we're here to tell you everything that's going on in the world. Lenny has all that information. I'm just here to look
Right
pretty.
in here.
Yeah, stuck in between those ears.
Right.
All right. But first, I got to tell you about the amazing people at Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by the Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com.
Since 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has been guiding St. Augustine through hurricanes, floods, fires, and more. Led by longtime local Ashley Casey, this is insurance done the brighter way. No confusing jargon, no one-size-fits-all policies. Just clear guidance, multiple quotes, and customized coverage that protects what matters most. With deep roots in the community and decades of experience, Ashley and his team make insurance simple, affordable, and personal. Visit them on the island at 108 Seagrove Main Street or call 904-217-7547. That's 904-217-7547. Brightway, the brighter way to do insurance.
All right. Blake, is there a reason why he seems to be so much further over? Did we fix that camera?
And
Or
I
is-
can't
or
come
is
much
it-
closer this way either.
Yeah. It seems like he's over there for a little bit.
All right, do your ad read, then I can go fix the camera real quick.
All right. We're talking about the Saint. Saint. Experience the art of Italian dining at Saint. Nestled in the heart of historic St. Augustine, from handmade pastas to risottos and indulgent tiramisus. Every dish blends an authentic Italian flavor with modern elegance. Sip a craft cocktail, savor seasonal ingredients, and enjoy breathtaking views from their second, and I'm reading it slow so Blake has time to do it.
Right.
Second
Back
floor
out.
balcony. Now I can read at regular speed. Or rooftop patio, where you can take in the bayfront or even spot the lighthouse on a clear day. At Saint, every meal is a celebration. Join us there today and elevate your dining experience.
Opposite the Castillo de San Marcos, which was built to defend the city from their raids, is the St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, which houses the world's largest and most authentic collection of pirate artifacts, curated by Pat Croce and the Croce family. Included in the collection of over 800 items exhibited in 40 immersive exhibits is one of only 3 surviving Jolly Roger flags left in the world. Rawr! See gold from Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, and the blunderbuss he used to steal and keep it. See treasure chests, jewel-encrusted weapons, as well as memorabilia from Hook and other pirate-themed movies. There's a scavenger hunt designed for younger guests to learn about pirate lore as they explore the museum, as well as...
You were fighting it. You were fighting it. You almost made it.
I was close.
Yeah.
There's a scavenger hunt designed for younger guests to learn about pirate lore as they explore the museum, as well as a fully stocked gift shop. 0 for 2. Put on an eye patch and grab your parrot as you experience the golden age of piracy located in downtown St. Augustine across from that fort.
Yeah. I swear his emphysema is getting better.
Yeah, right. By the way, where's my cigarette?
Yeah.
Man.
No smoking in the Studio A.
Nope, I grew up with a father who was a heavy smoker. I never smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, no, me neither. Me neither. All right, we have other sponsors I got to tell you guys about, and we were talking about Solar Stick. Abear Kresge and Associates saw Billy today. Powell Heating and Air, Meehan's Irish Pub, A.D. Davis Construction, St. Augustine Distillery, and Citygate Spirits. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner, Mr. Electric. And those are our amazing sponsors. You guys, if you would, please get out there and support them.
Yeah.
They allow us to do what we get to do here at the 904 Now, and we are very, very appreciative of their confidence in us, and that's why we have such a great love for them, as long as they just continue to be wonderful, wonderful people in the community.
Yep.
So all those guys we're so happy to be associated with. All right, so it's Tuesday.
It is.
It's election day in certain areas of the world.
It was odd not having to vote today for anything.
In the country, and not of the world,
Right.
but in this country, there's certain areas. Which election to you you two, this is to both of you, feel is the one that kind of says the most about what's going on in our world right now?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. All right. What about New Jersey makes it?
It's of the 3 major elections, or the 4 major elections, it's the one that's ostensibly the closest. The Republican candidate is creeping in on Mickey Shirley.
You're talking about the governor's race.
Governor's race in New
governor's
Jersey.
race. It's not a senator's race, it's governor's race.
No, that's the governor of New Jersey, which is one of those states that kind of flies under the radar, but is a really important state when you come right down to it, strangely enough. And the Republican, this is his third bite at the apple. He's run and lost twice in 2 previous gubernatorial elections. He's
Mike Davis.
Okay. He's closing the gap a little bit.
He was still the best candidate.
Right. Well, I don't know if this guy is.
No,
Mike
Mike
was.
Davis.
Right.
I'm talking about Mike Davis / Lewis.
Yeah, right. Well, he got confused. People weren't sure who they were voting for. That's the problem with that. You got to stick with one name. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be interesting. I still expect Mickey Sherrill to win, but it may be a lot closer than people were saying just 2 weeks ago when she was up relatively big. And then that gap has closed significantly over the course of the last couple of weeks.
How much confidence do you have in polls?
You have to know who's running the poll. So if it's something like Quinnipiac or people that aren't partisan, because if you look, I mean, there's just a gajillion polls out there, and if you look at some of the big ones like what is it, 548 or whatever that is, they will tell you who is supplying the money for the poll, whether it's a Democratic poll, a Republican poll, or just a news poll that's not aligned with any philosophical, political avenues. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the important thing to do when I talk about polls. I did hear a couple of pollsters say that if Mondani doesn't win in New York, it will be the biggest, I just mentioned to you before we started, the biggest polling mistake in pollster history, because the guy's up like 17 points everywhere. Mm-hmm. So if he loses, there's going to be some shockwaves in the polling community. Well, I understand that.
And this usually, Democrats don't turn out in the off-election years as much as Republicans on a percentage. I don't think that's going to play a factor here because it's in New York City.
Correct.
And there's such a high percentage more of Democrats than there are Republicans. And the latest poll that I saw had him at 43%, with Cuomo at 33% and Silva at 14%.
Right. Poor Curtis.
Yeah. So, I mean, here's a guy who's worked his entire life at doing the right thing. Not sure why he wants to get into politics this late in his life and his career.
He said he needed a job.
He needed a job. Yeah, come on. Dude, what you do as a volunteer is more than a job.
Absolutely. And he's been doing that since he was a kid, since he was a teenager. You know, he's really had an impact on New York in a positive way. Believe me when I tell you, those red berets really cleaned up a lot of neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They did.
Definitely.
But I don't think there's going to be a problem, and there shouldn't be, in Virginia with Democratic enthusiasm, because you've got a tremendous amount of, right now, furloughed and unpaid government workers in Virginia who are coming out to vote today. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's going to be as close. Spanberger is supposedly up pretty big in that race as well. Prop 50 out in California allegedly has all the numbers they need to persevere in winning that redistricting vote.
Okay.
And those are the 4 major races we've got going on in the country today. There's congressional races. We talked about it the other day. There's judicial races in Pennsylvania. And
there's a lot of judicial races that are out there.
And people don't understand the impact they actually will have. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where I always talk about local. It is actually going to have an impact on those districts and those regions. If not, because, some of the decisions this person might make, and it's an advancement situation. The person that gets elected today might be a Supreme Court justice candidate 20 years from now.
At some point. Yeah, very true. So. Also, whereas 15 years ago.
What did you?
I don't know.
Okay?
I had a Cheeto and I'm crushed.
Here, I'll get you a little mint here.
No, I might be better off. I think I got a. Oh, look at me.
Hey.
Look at that. The camera didn't follow me?
You gotta predict when you're doing that.
I It's like
I have,
Blake's hair curls.
Starburst and I have.
I got a Halls.
Okay, all right.
I come prepared every day.
All right.
Sugar-free?
I got Chick-fil-A right there too.
Thank you.
So
no, it's menthol.
Jeez.
20 years ago, elections were held, elections were finished, they counted the votes, and people went home and accepted who the winner was. Nowadays, they haven't closed they haven't closed the polls, and the courts are involved in all these things. So
and it's gotten way more accurate than it was 20 years ago.
Correct.
It hasn't went in the other direction.
You're saying polling?
Huh?
You saying polling or elections?
Elections.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
elections. I would say the polling, it comes down to who you're asking and who's paying for the poll, like you said.
Right.
So I think that I don't think that's changed in 20 years. So
No.
I'd say the polling's probably maybe even a little more questionable today.
Well, are they calling cell phones or are they still calling landlines? And who has landlines? Does that skew?
Who has a landline? You still have a landline?
No, and you know what?
And you're like 1,000 years old.
I am, and you know what? And I think the government made a really, really, well, like the government doesn't make stupid mistakes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They had everybody pull out their copper lines.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb. Because a phone would work on low voltage in an emergency without power on your copper line, and your landline would be there in a hurricane, a tornado, any type of thing where other things aren't working. Your telephone would work. You get a dial tone, and you could talk to people, call for help, and do whatever you need to do. Well, now they pulled out all the copper lines, and you're stuck with an 8-hour battery backup. And what good does that do you when the power's out for 2 days?
Well, our grandma Amanda has a landline.
Okay.
So thank you, Granny Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Yeah. I didn't know those still existed in households.
Well, now they're just wall ornaments where you can hide your cell phone and your charger. Right?
It's like it's next to the Singer sewing machine.
Right.
Oh, those are two antiques right there. But I can't believe they would do any type of polling on a landline
I don't know.
and expect it to be accurate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if somebody answers the phone, why wouldn't it be accurate?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people?
No, but I mean, it's not. That's. I would say, with the exception of Amanda,
right.
There's very few people her age that has a landline.
Young women like she, yeah.
My parents would have a landline.
Right.
My parents, I'm pretty sure, still have a landline, but even I never talked to them on the landline.
Okay.
So, and they're in their mid 80s.
Right.
So I would say probably that so it's going to skew. And what 20-year-old has a landline?
Right. But also,
Blake, do you have any friends that you know of that has a landline at their house?
No.
All right.
No. Okay. But the question is how many people, unless it says, ipso poll or Quinnipiac poll, how many people see a number that's not registered or in their caller IDs that are going to pick up?
Even answer it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the other problem with that, I think. So
It'll even
I think
answer
that's an issue as well.
So, like I said, I think polling has gotten weaker, where the election process has gotten stronger. I think they're moving against each other.
And a lot of it, too, is who's writing the question. I mean, a lot of the questions can be tailored to give you the result that you want to get in your poll. When did you stop beating your wife type of situations.
Yeah.
So, that's confusing as well for people. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how accurate any of these 4 polls
it's like one
have
of those, are you attracted to that goat? Well, not that goat.
Right, exactly.
Not that goat.
Right.
All right. Mandani is the controversies around him, where he was born, his religious background.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pushing and attacking from the right, which absolutely to me looks very prejudiced. And they need to understand and accept this is what our country was built on. And
but that doesn't
the freedom of
Right.
freedom of religion is real.
Well,
and I just said that together. It is a real. I can't say it and not sound like I'm saying Israel. So, did you even hear it?
I did.
I heard it immediately when I
did.
said it. So,
did.
but it is. It's. Everybody should have that same ability, no matter what your religion is.
Correct.
It should be the content of their character, not the color of their skin or their religion.
But apparently, nowadays, religion is a divisive item in this country more than it was 15 years ago, or certainly much more forefront than it was. I mean, it may have still been a divisive issue, but it wasn't as apparent, wasn't as obvious. It wasn't on the front page or being talked about every 15 minutes. You know, because now it's like, I'm going to even leave it alone. I'm going to try to just back away from this one.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I'm trying to dig you into it.
Right. I'll go full. I'll go full shovel if you want me to. But it ain't gonna be fun.
I think there's some good and bad trends that are happening, and we're pushing back. What is it? Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. Yeah.
You know, and I'm considered one of those toxic masculinity guys, but also they learn that the other side is not working for our society.
Right.
You know, you got to have a little bit of that protector, what should be innate in your makeup, a little bit of that provider, protector, hunter, gatherer,
Sure.
In your makeup for our society. Our society is, you know, that didn't just start when the United States started.
No.
You know, so I mean that and
That goes back to King Arthur.
you got to have that and have respect with it.
Right.
And you can't have both. You know, a lot of people think, oh, if you're this, you can't have this. No, I
Right.
consider myself a masculine father figure, provider, and protector.
And I have a sensitive side too.
But I also cry at
Yeah.
Budweiser commercials.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and I also
I know that well.
You know, I also guess who takes care of the boo-boos in the house? Yeah. And that's, I mean, so you can have both. And that's what you got to train. And when I say the words train, you got to train your sons to do that too.
Correct.
To be caring, to open doors, be respectful.
Yep.
It's okay to be a man, no matter what everyone says. It's okay to be a man with respect. You don't. I'm not talking about those guys that say walk 10 feet behind me, and
Yeah,
you
no.
know. I'm talking about holding their hand and having them on the inside of the street situations. You know, treating a woman with respect.
Right.
So you know, and I feel like that has come back a little bit. Anti-male has loosened up in the last 3 or 4 years.
I'm not so sure about that with guys like Pat McAfee and who's the other dingbat that used to feed people.
Dave Portnoy.
No. He just sits on a bar stool. The guy used to feed people grubs on Fear Factor.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Wait, what a career change that guy made from being a stand-up comedian to making people eat grubs in some far-off desert to
Yeah,
now he's running the world.
Now he's the number one podcaster in the world, and
we're number 2, right?
Yeah, we're right on his tail.
Okay, good. As
So
long as he knows we're breathing down his back.
Keep
All
an
right,
eye out
all
there,
right.
Joe.
But he's also mellowed his situation from, you know, where it is. But again, you know, how can you divorce the fact that we've got a president who wants to build a cage on the White House lawn for UFC matches outside his big, beautiful ballroom for Dana White? You know, where I mean, that's just people beating the shit out of each other for no real reason because they can.
That's their job.
I understand that, but
But
it also
and here's
translates
the
into society.
No, it doesn't. No, just don't watch it.
No, I don't.
That's all you got to do.
I
It's
don't.
just don't watch it. It's very, very simple. If that's not for you, just don't watch it.
Absolutely, but you
And
don't think that the current of that doesn't translate into everyday society
No.
when that is being forefront on the lawn of the White House?
That's like saying you listen to the Grateful Dead, so you're nothing but a stoner loser. That is
Well.
the equivalent of that. That
Okay.
is the equivalent of that. It's not fair. It's not fair to the people that watch it. It's not fair to, you know, those
I
analogies.
didn't say anything about the people
Yeah.
that watch it. I just think that
Yeah.
it's glorifying violence to a large degree.
Yeah, but
It's a sport.
yeah,
It's-
but
Go ahead, Blake.
Blake, here's my thing though. I'm a Democrat. I vote Democrat down the ballot on most issues, but I also love the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It definitely is great entertainment. I know it's not for everyone, and I definitely don't believe that should be on the White House. But definitely if the UFC comes to Jacksonville, I might go on like Ticketmaster to see if there's any cheap tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean it's
Right.
not for everybody.
Well.
But this particular president who has a particular
A
affinity
penchant for-
to
right, yeah.
For this sport. I mean, so did you get mad when Eisenhower put in a putting green?
No, I like
Okay.
golf.
Okay.
See?
see my point?
Or the bowling alley, or the swimming
Yeah.
pool, or the movie theater, which is now gone.
Yeah, you see my point, though? I mean,
Right.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Is
Well, fashions change,
yeah.
times change,
Yeah.
things of that nature change. I understand that. I really do.
All right.
You know.
And Barbara Jean, I'm not sure. I said something about character, and what I've seen of this man, he takes care of his family. He's hired a lot of people. I don't agree with his political views.
Who's that, Mandami?
Mandami?
Yeah.
I don't agree with his political views, but the character,
Hey, if he pulls this off.
just because he believes something different
Right.
than I do doesn't affect the character of that person. And if this was a character vote, Curtis wins this easily.
There you go.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not even close.
And Andrew wouldn't even be in the race.
Andrew wouldn't.
Right. Wouldn't be in the race.
If this was by character, Curtis wins it easily. It's a runaway, and Andrew doesn't qualify.
Well,
So-
I don't know. Do we know enough about Mandami's character to weigh in on that?
That's what everything I know about him he's a person who's hired people.
Right.
He's a person who hasn't had any cases against him, any lawsuits against
Hey, isn't that
him,
novel?
any of those
Right.
things. As a politician, that's rare.
Novel nowadays, for sure.
It's rare. So, Blake, if you can find a scandal real quick, I'd love to hear it.
God.
But I didn't see anything. Like I said, I would not have voted for him because I politically don't agree with, how far he is to the left. But in New York City, it's probably a popular view.
Well, I mean, it's an affordability issue. Donald Trump won the election saying he was going to fix affordability. To date, he has not. Doesn't mean he's not still trying. Doesn't mean there may not be a light at the end of the tunnel that may not be a train. We'll see what happens. But, that was his campaign is, it's too expensive to live in America. I'm going to bring costs down. What's Mandani saying? It's too expensive to live in Manhattan. I've got to control rents. I've got to control food costs. I've got to control energy costs. And this is important for people to survive.
When you try and do that from the political side and
Difficult.
not let the society manage itself, it always ends up poor.
Well,
History has proven that many times over. Let the American people decide, not the government decide. When the government starts making certain decisions and overstep, I like less government than more, and he's definitely calling for more government.
He's not a communist, Barbara Jean. Read your definitions.
Yeah.
He's a democratic socialist, and there is a distinction.
Yeah,
You got to stop doing that.
and that hurts the right with statements.
Correct.
Like I get onto you
Right.
when you
Yes.
when you repeat from the left side, I get onto you about
Right.
it. So I have to do the same.
Right.
That hurts. Who knows? It looks like this guy's going to win.
Yeah.
It seems to be that way. And look, democratic socialist should scare enough people. You don't have
Yeah.
to say communist because he's
No.
not a communist.
No, and the socialists that you're talking about, and that experiment that I'm talking about has not worked in a lot of countries.
Well, you get a 5-year plan,
Yeah.
and then you get another 5-year plan, and then you get another 5-year plan,
And the
then
thing,
you get starvation.
and that's the whole thing. Is the
Right.
beauty of our country is, if the experiment doesn't work, he gets voted out, and that's 5 years of pain and suffering. But guess what? Since 2020, New York hadn't been doing so great. The city.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so a change isn't always comfortable, but
Right.
change has to happen.
Sometimes
for
it's
us
necessary,
to grow.
for sure.
Yeah,
And of
and,
course-
in my opinion, if I have a crystal ball and what I see them needing help, and them asking for help if they implement some of the things that I saw him trying to implement, and I think you're going to see an exodus of wealthy people in New York City if he applies some of the things and is able to get some of these things across.
Because
Because he's trying to be Robin Hood, and it doesn't work in politics.
Yeah, but how is if he makes buses free and groceries less expensive? How is that going to affect the uber wealthy in New York? It's going to piss him off because people are raising their
I want to
standard
know
of living.
how he's going to make groceries less expensive.
Well, he's talking about free supermarkets, so I don't know how that's even going to happen.
that ain't gonna
that's what I'm
happen.
saying.
So-
That is fairy tale bullshit.
Right.
And,
And
the fact that if you think that that's real and you're voting for this guy, then that's a problem in itself. Free buses, that's coming from somewhere else. That's coming from another social program usually,
Well,
because people are going to hold on to their programs the best they can. So it's going to come out of that same bucket somewhere.
yeah, it's only
That means
one
somebody
bucket,
else
right.
is going to get hurt.
Correct.
So, there is that yin and yang that you have to play, and it's nice to say things, but it's another thing to follow through.
Well,
with
make it
them.
happen.
Yeah,
right.
follow through with
And
it.
if he can, more power to him. But the fact that the
If he can lower grocery prices, then we'll make him grocery czar.
right. But the fact that the uber wealthy in Manhattan, if he wins, are going to go fleeing for Florida or Texas or, God forbid, cross the border to New Jersey or Connecticut. We'll see what happens, because
Yeah.
how is this? The fact that he becomes mayor of New York, how is it going to change their quality of life? That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can afford their groceries. They're not going to go to a free grocery store. They don't take the bus, so they're not going to worry about a free bus. You know what? They can, but why? Just
And Amanda,
Yeah.
the campaign thing that I saw too, that could apply to almost every single candidate that's out there. I'm talking about like him as a father, him as a business person,
right.
and those type of things. So no, I saw that one also, but every time I see something like that,
Campaign
and it
finance law.
happens at the local level, and
Yeah.
that's almost a he said she said situation. I kind of throw those things out.
Yeah.
The only one that really chapped me was the representative from California that doesn't live in her district, and she pays her daughter $400,000 a year.
Oh, is that
Waters,
yeah, Maxine Waters?
Maxine Waters.
Yeah.
That one's a real number there. So that one's the one that really kind of
Which
chapped
is-
me.
which is interesting
And also
because-
Kareem
Brown.
Kareem Brown did it here locally.
Right.
So, and she went to
And
jail
got
for
busted
it.
for it.
She went to
exactly.
jail for
Right,
it.
No
so.
doubt about it.
Yeah, but definitely though, but like the big thing I do think we want to get across is like all three of us are debating about like Mom Donnie's policies and it should be effective. And we're not saying don't go out and voting for Madami, but we're having an honest debate about Mom Donnie, saying okay, this stuff might hurt New York, this stuff might hurt New York, but of course it's kind of hard to get that message out there to modern voters. So what the most represent? So what did I see the worst of the worst out there?
Yeah. Well, I
Just-
mean, and Josh, you said exactly what I said. He's running on that Robin Hood mentality,
Right.
And I don't know about you guys. I'm 58 years old. You're a little bit older than me, but when you were 10,
Okay.
the fear of quicksand was real.
Yeah,
I thought at some point in my life I would have to reach for the vine and lay flat to get out of the
Swim
quicksand.
out of it. Yeah.
I'm 58 years old. You know how many times I've been in quicksand?
0.
I grew up at a beach with dunes bigger than this, and I never had a fear of sand or quicksand, fortunately.
Well, I'm talking about the old Tarzan movies and
Well,
stuff
there
like
you go,
that.
right, yeah.
You totally ruined my analogy by taking it to the beach.
No, that's the sand, that's the
But what
sand
I'm-
I had. Right.
But what I'm saying is there's a fear out there of the unknown. And I'm sorry, New York City's in bad shape. We all agree New York City financially is not in great shape and has not been in great shape since 2019.
Ask Abe Beam. Go back further.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, it really took a hit then. The last 5 years, they really have done nothing to get out of that quicksand. So if it takes a jar where you have to sink lower for someone to throw them a rope and get them back healthy again, I'm willing to take that chance.
Right. And this guy may be successful.
Yeah.
And if
know?
he's successful, I'm gonna applaud him for that too.
Right.
You know,
You know?
And that's where I'm at. So
Yeah. So basically what we're trying to say is just stay like you have an opinion about it, just don't post videos of the worst day in American history to get your point
I mean,
across.
some of the things,
Right.
the extreme. I'm talking about the extremist attitude, and it's on both sides. Like I said, I get on to you about certain things and following certain things, but the extremist ideas aren't healthy for any of us. So
Hey, Barbara Jean, do you collect Social Security? Do you collect Medicare?
yeah, those are
You shouldn't
real.
be so afraid of socialism because it's keeping you up.
Well,
It's
that's
keeping you
not-
above water.
That's Democratic.
That's socialism, is it not?
It's not socialism. No,
It's not?
It's not socialism because we work for that Social Security.
Okay,
Did you
yeah.
not work for it?
I did.
Because your Social Security is
All
associated
right, what
with
about
that.
Medicare?
Medicare, we got to take care of our old.
I don't know. No. I think it's fine. I think we should be doing more.
But I don't.
No doubt
I can't
about
call
it.
that socialism. Though. If you think that's socialism, I mean, the closest thing we have to socialism, believe it or not, is our medical system, and people don't believe that. But you know what? You call today, you have zero insurance. They're going to show up. You show up at the hospital, are they going to push you out the door, or are they going to take care of you?
No, they have to.
They're going to
by
take
law.
care of you.
Right.
Okay? So that's, to me, the closest thing we have. And guess what Democrats bitch about the most is health care.
Well, but they don't want to force everybody to go to the emergency room and collapse the hospital systems, which will happen.
It hasn't happened, and it's
backing
existed.
them up.
It's existed for 100 years that way, and it still hasn't happened.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, and it's...
And how are those hospitals doing in rural counties in the middle of the country that have been shut down, and now you got to go 150
They get
miles
healthy
to get to a
checks
hospital?
from the government.
The hospitals aren't there anymore.
The ones that are run properly.
Well, okay. And how many of those are floating around?
Well, I tell you what, the Mormons seem to have it nailed down because Advent Health is crushing it.
Well, and Utah is, by the way, the state that has the lowest need for SNAP benefits as well. Where's Pete Melfi when you need him in his favorite state?
It's somewhere in the middle. It's near Iowa or something.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna change some gears right here because we got kind of hard in on that. We'll see what happens today. To me, I think New York's going to be looking. They're going to look at a new mayor no matter what.
Correct.
But I think we're going to see how this experiment plays out because I look at this as an experiment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, it's our most populated city we're experimenting in.
Well, let's talk about some clean cities, why don't we?
Cleanest cities. All right. I have the list of the world's most cleanest cities. Now, you've seen the list over here.
I have not. I barely
you
looked
haven't?
at it.
Okay, good. I'm gonna put my blocker hand up.
I don't have my glasses on, so it doesn't matter.
All right. So 1 through 10, there is one Canadian city and one U.S. city on this list.
Okay. I'm going Vancouver and Salt Lake City.
All right.
All right.
Blake, what you got?
I'm gonna say Winnipeg and and Kansas. No. Can't clean. Sioux Falls.
What?
Sioux Falls.
Okay, that's. I don't even know if we can consider that a city. It's not that populated. But it is Honolulu, which I did not think was that clean.
Okay.
I have been to Honolulu and Calgary. I have not been to Calgary.
Okay.
Calgary, Canada. Calgary is number 3. Honolulu is number 10 on the list. You guys want to take a shot at it, or you want me to run down the list? Because a city in Japan.
Oh.
I'll go with Tokyo. What the hell?
Like,
I'm gonna go with Osaka.
Tokyo is the cleanest city in Japan.
Yeah, you see a bunch of people with brooms sweeping up in back of people.
All right. The cleanest city in the world is Copenhagen.
Okay.
All right. Never been to Copenhagen. So that is the cleanest city. The cleanest city in Asia, and it's also a country.
Singapore. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. I heard it's absolutely beautiful. And then we had Calgary.
Yeah, but don't spit on the sidewalk, man.
Oh no, you can't.
Oh,
you can't in Tokyo either.
You're gonna get hurt doing that. In Singapore, they're gonna cane your ass right there.
Yeah. No, it's $1,000 fine, I think, in Tokyo, or 40 bazillion yen. That exchange rate's crazy. All right. Helsinki is number 4.
Okay.
All right. Auckland is 5.
Okay. New Zealand, gotcha.
All right. Adelaide.
Hey, been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Was it clean?
At the time, I was leapfrogging with Prince Charles at the time. Bonnie Prince Charlie and I were chasing each other all across Australia.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. See, and I haven't made my way. I mean, those two are pretty close to each other. So, well, in our minds,
relatively speaking,
in our
yes.
minds,
Yes.
they're close. It's like saying New York City and Miami are close to each other.
Right. Exactly. Hey, somebody? I got a friend in Miami. You know him?
Zurich is number 7.
Okay, I can see the Swiss.
Okay. I felt like the whole country was clean. I should have done the countries. Tokyo is 8. Oslo is 9.
Okay.
All right. I mean, isn't that where they do the prize, Nobel Peace?
Nobel Peace Prize, yeah.
So they got to be clean there. And Honolulu's 10.
Okay.
How many of those cities have you been to?
I've been to Honolulu.
Okay.
I've been to Adelaide. What else we got? I think that could cover that list.
Singapore and Tokyo?
Nope.
Okay. I've been to Tokyo. I've been to Honolulu.
Yeah.
Blake, how many on that list have you hit?
Duck egg.
0.
Isn't it a goose
0. Yeah. It's the same.
Changing the norm?
Same as a goose egg, but it's a golden duck
Right.
instead of a golden goose.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Just those two.
yeah. So I'm Tokyo and Honolulu.
Okay.
So, I think I need to travel more
Yeah. We've been saying that as
because
well.
I have so much time.
Right. You squeeze it in.
I have so much time. All right. You have some other items. One we didn't get to yesterday that I thought we were going to try and get to today.
That was yesterday. Do I remember?
I don't know. You bring notes all the time.
The lean tile today was a snap.
Right.
Snap. Yeah, it was a snap.
Right. Yeah. We talked about
Yeah,
it. But yeah, it wasn't. We weren't ready for it yesterday because I hadn't
Yeah.
finished my research.
Yeah, but it was on there yesterday. That's
Correct.
why I was
Okay.
like, okay, we started. The title of the program was something you had yesterday, but we didn't get to it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so the SNAP program.
Which has been cut off by the expiration of benefits on November 1st due to the shutdown. A couple of judges, one in Rhode Island and possibly one in Massachusetts, but 2 judges, federal judges, said the federal government needs to provide payment to SNAP recipients. The president is saying, I want to. I don't know if I can do it legally. And they're saying, you can.
That's never stopped him before.
That's the silly part of that. But apparently there is, well, here you go.
Okay.
Let's
Don't
go.
push your microphone away now.
Let's go with the basics. How's it right here? Yeah.
Don't
You
do
can't
that.
actually move that this way.
All right. Well, every time I move this way, Blake makes me move the other way. I'm very
No.
confused.
He wants
All
you to
right.
be in the center.
Do
The
I?
Supplemental Nutrition Assistant Program is SNAP. It takes care of feeding programs and gives stipends to, where do we got? We got 42 million people in the country.
42 million people are on
42 million
SNAP.
people, yeah.
Out
12%,
of 300 and
12.3% of the population.
Okay.
1 in every 8 Americans gets a SNAP benefit.
okay.
And
I'm very surprised at that number.
you think it's higher or lower?
I just felt like it would be lower.
No.
Because I don't think it's because people don't need it. I think it's because a lot of times when I'm dealing with certain populations of lower income, they also have not the inability, but not the wherewithal to find out and maximize their benefits.
Right. Right.
So and
it's
that's
a
what
process.
Home Again's good about finding and maximizing your what's available to you.
Well, that's good because the law in the One Big Beautiful Bill, which went into effect, also is changing the requirements to be eligible for SNAP.
Okay.
So if you are a single individual, you need to prove 80 hours worth of work a month or be in an educational program or in a training program.
But it also includes volunteering.
Okay.
So that 80 hours also includes volunteering, and it's not just paid employment.
Right. No, you could be in school. You could be in a training program.
yeah.
Right. If you have a child at home, you are exempt from that. And without proof, your benefits will expire in 3 months.
Okay.
So there's a parental exception, but it moved from 18-year-olds down to 14-year-olds. So if you got an 18-year-old, you still got to do your 80 hours. You got a 14-year-old, you're exempt.
Okay.
Young adults, veterans, homeless people must prove the work requirement.
Okay.
So that's there too. Refugees with asylum and people who are human trafficking survivors, shit out of luck. They don't get it any longer.
What they could qualify another means, so.
Possibly, but they will no longer be able to get SNAP benefits just under those titles.
Okay.
If you
So I mean,
received asylum in the United
if
States.
they're already working, why would they need SNAP I mean,
Right.
I mean, if they don't meet these qualifications, you're telling me that those
Refugees who came to the country under asking for asylum.
yeah, so they should go to work here. If they come here, they should go to work here.
Sure.
So if they have the ability to go work here, they have to follow the same rules as Americans.
I've been saying workfare for years with
Yeah.
this welfare situation.
So,
I've
the
been
fact-
saying, you don't get nothing for nothing.
Yeah.
And if you're getting welfare, you need to contribute in some fashion. And I use the trite example of sweep a street or paint a line down the middle of a road.
Yeah.
But do something that's
Pick up
contributory.
trash.
Right, contributory back to it, because you shouldn't be getting something for nothing. Not saying that you don't need it. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be provided for you, but it shouldn't be an unequal exchange. You need to return something for that benefit.
My grandfather was a hardworking guy. He only had an 8th grade education. He always had multiple jobs, but then none of them ever paid anything. But he said, "Don't ever tell me you don't have anything to do, because you can always clean." And I mean, if they're refugees and they're welcomed into this country and they're of working age and they
Given
don't
asylum,
qualify,
yeah.
you don't qualify under any of these things, get your ass to work.
Sure,
So,
no doubt about
I mean,
it.
That's,
Okay. The federal government funds these SNAP programs, but they're administered by the states.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
93%. What's a good thing about this program, believe it or not, 93% of the funds go directly to the households, and only 7% goes to administration.
That's a wonderful
Which, if
number.
this was a charity,
That's
would be a huge,
That's a wonderful number.
hugely well-run charity.
Yeah.
The only one closest to that was when I did my research on the Arthritis Foundation years ago. They had 91% of their fundraising went to programming, research, things of that nature, and only 9% went into administrative costs and salaries.
Home again, we're good.
Yeah.
Home again, we're less than 10%.
Which is fabulous.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons why I like to contribute to you guys. Now, the government is sitting on a huge amount of contingency money, which they're saying, we need it in case there's a hurricane. This is going to be our contingency emergency fund. Well, fortunately, so far, there hasn't been a hurricane.
Yeah.
And people are saying starvation is an emergency.
This is real.
So, exactly. And this is now.
So this is something that you just got to figure out. You got to make sure we're feeding the people, because
Correct.
these are people that have nothing to do politically. Most of the people that are on this SNAP program, I'll guarantee a high percentage of people on this SNAP program aren't making it to the polls on a regular basis. I bet it's a very low percentage that's actually participating in the election process. So we got to help our weakest.
Well,
I mean,
our
that's
poorest
what
and
we
most
gotta do.
vulnerable citizens are being held hostage in this entire thing, because they're having their benefits taken away. Now, the government is saying that, well, maybe we'll be able to pay half of the benefits.
That's not going to work for
No,
a family
because
of five,
it's
single mom with a family of 5.
Right. You get $350 is the household average for households. It's $187 average per person in 2024. Was about $187 per person a month. Yeah,
Okay.
a month. New Mexico, the highest demand at 21% of the population. Oregon, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and West Virginia are the other top states by percentage. No surprise that California, Texas, New York, and Florida are the most by numbers, individual numbers, because those are the 4 largest states. Therefore, they have the most people on it, but percentage-wise, they're not. Utah's only got 4.8% of their population on SNAP benefits. And as Amanda pointed out, part of their culture is that they need to provide themselves with a year's worth of food.
Well, they have a food storage bank.
Correct.
That is huge. And I just kind of did I spend about $220 a week, and there's 5 of us in our household, so that's about $1,000, approximately $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
If I was cut back, the
Even
350 to 350,
Yeah.
we're only eating rice and ramen noodles at that point.
Right. Now,
So-
this is going to make you feel good. Joy Andrews
Okay.
pulled $200,000 from an emergency fund, and St. Johns County is funding SNAP benefits for the residents.
Yes.
Apparently, there's 9,700 people in St. Johns County that rely on SNAP benefits.
Wow, that's almost 30%.
She's taking $200,000 from the $20 million St. Johns County Reserve Fund,
Okay.
and they're also going to, if you can't pay your water bill, you will not have your water disconnected
Okay.
for at least through the end of November.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there is some positive stuff going on.
The beauty of our, Joy actually came through the ranks. I believe her first director's job was with Health and Human Services.
Okay.
So, she has that giving heart.
And she knows,
as she
right.
came through, and she knows those that need that help the most. So good job, Joy Andrews. You're gonna win MVP of the week for that.
And she should.
But Josh, as far as churches and communities, that's what Joy just did. That our churches, Dining with Dignity, is
fabulous.
100% controlled by the churches. Home Again just orchestrates and coordinates. Joe Patrone does an amazing job with that. But it's our churches that step up on a nightly basis that feed our homeless. It's not directly Home Again. It's our volunteers.
Right.
And it's the people that are cooking at home that are doing what they need to be doing. So, I mean,
And
we're very fortunate that we do have that giving heart, and it's the churches, and it's all denominations.
Right.
So.
And this is nothing that they're going to turn on and start doing this now. They've been doing this year long for years.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously SNAP benefits don't either get to part of that constituency or it's insufficient for that constituency, because you see the numbers that are at Dining with Dignity and things of that nature. Food pantries. Right now there's a larger strain on it because of the shutdown and people who haven't been paid, military spouses, federal workers who have gone now, what are we talking, 3 weeks? Going almost 4 weeks without a
It's
paycheck?
almost 5.
Yeah.
We're at day 35.
Right. So these people are stressing out food banks and food pantries because they were never considered part of the cohort that would be using those benefits and those availabilities of food pantries and food banks.
Well, and we have veterans at Veterans Village that their veteran checks are coming, but we have veterans that are actually working at the National Park Service.
Right.
That haven't received a check.
Correct.
So our other veteran organizations have stepped up and covered their rent, and we're so appreciative of that. So I mean, we can't live in a better community for this, but we also have to think of those communities that aren't as fortunate as what we are. So
now, a lot of the states that have picked this up, and St. Johns County, they're doing this without an expectation of being refunded by the federal government, because I believe the federal government says, do what you want to do, but we're not paying you back. That may change, but as of now, good job, St. Johns County, but you may not be reimbursed for that $200,000, which is what, 1% of 20 million?
And I don't think she hesitated on.
No, I don't think that was a motivation to stop her from doing it.
I don't think she hesitated on that. It's like it's like less than 1%.
Yeah, it's math I don't do.
Yeah. Oh, 200,000. That would be probably, that'd be pretty close to 1%. So, or it might be right on it. But we're very fortunate. St. Johns County is very healthy financially, but we've done a good job of managing our funds also. So, good job with that one.
Yeah, no, I think she definitely deserves applause for that. She really does. I think that's, and it wasn't a hesitation. It's today. We're 2 days after. What's today's the 4th? So 3 days after the benefits stopped, and she's right there and taking care of as many people as she can. And I think that's great. And I think that's great for St. Johns County. It's a good look for the county, and it's the humane thing to do. So. Yeah.
So, and there's multiple, and Josh is saying the Methodist Church gives out lunches, but I mean, I think Family Worship does almost a food giveaway. There's still Epicure, who does an incredible job in our community. Like I said, we're very, very fortunate with the churches and the community leaders that we have. Dining with Dignity through our Home Again, and our new facility out on State Road 16. We also are doing lunches there 3 days a week. So, keep doing the right thing, St. Johns County.
Right, but now somebody's got to be aware for your homeless population on Route 16 and stuff that they're going to have to follow the parameters. If they're single homeless individuals, they're going to have to find some way to prove their 80 hours.
Well, and that's what I was saying. A lot of the people that do qualify don't participate. If everybody who qualified participated, it would break the program. So, I mean, it's like an airplane. They sell 200 tickets, but only 185 can actually get on the plane. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of the way the program has to survive is not everybody participates. You get 100% participation in that program, it would break the program.
Right. You'd be sitting on somebody's lap.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I know.
Yeah. So we really be crying for the churches to help at that point.
Well, and we still may be because, going forward, this one big, beautiful bill, which ain't so beautiful in my opinion, has cut 186.
I haven't read enough of it to know it. I'm not reading
right.
I don't read the headlines and go, that's factual.
Right. Well,
and that's why when Mr. Rutherford was in there, I was like, did you read the entire thing?
Right.
He said yes. I was like, yeah.
Big ass bill.
Yeah, it was like reading Atlas Shrugged.
Good job, Congressman.
Yeah,
Very good.
And I have not done that. So I
But apparently that bill has severe cuts to SNAP, and it's not tomorrow. It's over the next 10 years. So $186 billion has been taken out of that between now and 2034. So there is time to reconfigure. There's time to correct things. But if it's left alone, there's going to be a lot less money available going forward.
and maybe they are correcting things because people are abusing the system and and getting checks from two different areas, which it's
always possible.
So all there might have been catch points too. It's one of those situations where we'll see.
Right. Well, that was the whole Doge thing, finding the fraud.
Just like the possible mayor of New York City. We'll see.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see.
Gotta give him a shot.
And if this cut isn't as bad as the other side, we'll see.
Right.
So we can't.
And if it is, we have to readapt and
we have to
try something else because you can't leave people hungry.
MTA.
Right.
Make the adjustment. And that's what government needs to do. They just do it way too slow.
Only the Metropolitan Transit Authority would do the same thing.
Yeah. But it's business. That's one thing business is better at than government. Is they see where they need to make the adjustment. Wait, I take that back. That's where successful businesses are better than government because people, 1 in every 3 business that starts dies within 3 years.
Okay.
All right. So when they say they want government to work like business, you need to say you want government to work like successful businesses. Because I don't want to take a risk that there's a 33% chance that our government's going to fail.
Well,
and that's the reason government can never work like business. And it never leaves, like it's like walking on that fence and you get a couple steps either way in government. Government is made to work slow, so it can't get too far from the center.
Right. And that's part of the problem with it. In business, you identify a problem, you attack the problem, you correct the problem in essence. If it works, you continue on that path. If it doesn't, you reevaluate, you recorrect the problem, and you continue on. Government, you've got to pass laws, you've got to get consensus.
You got to get that
votes.
consensus.
Right. And that takes way much longer than being able to, in a business, to say, all right, we're doing this today.
We can't do a simple thing like get our budget passed.
Right. Where do we go from there?
Stop paying the congressman.
Right.
Just
Please.
stop it.
Right.
I mean, if you want to fund SNAP, stop paying the congressman. It covers it. So, so just stop. If they haven't done their job.
Right.
No other job do you not do your job and you still get paid. So.
Yet we have federal employees that are doing their job and not getting paid.
And not getting paid.
So what do you say to that?
Yeah.
How do you explain that to an air traffic controller?
It's messed up. That's and they hopefully they get their money back. We're right now at the second longest, I think, shutdown.
You know what?
Like, can you fact check that? I think someone said it was already our second longest. I think I saw that with your friend Johnson. I think said that. So as he was
have to call me
casting
Johnson.
blame.
Yes. We've already reached that point.
Yeah, we're at the second longest. And that's the one thing the Republicans have to stop doing and the Democrats have to stop doing is blaming the other side.
Oh, wait.
It's all your fault.
Absolutely.
It's all your fault.
All right.
So,
but here's the thing, though. Well, what day are we at? Well, I'm sorry. On camera. Sorry, guys.
I thought Casper showed up over here.
Yeah, sorry about that. But, so what day? So we're at day 35 right now. The longest day.
So that ties the previous record.
We're now at the tie
under President Donald Trump.
Yep.
Yeah.
So which means one more day, which means if they don't get anything done by tonight, we have reached the longest shutdown in history. And now And now, unfortunately, Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy just announced today that the shutdown keeps going longer than like some routes will have to be impacted as well. And like some airports like might be even more affected. Like some routes might close down.
Yeah. And the delays have gone up to now, where earlier in the shutdown it wasn't as problematic. Today they're talking 3-4 hour delays in some airports. Phoenix is affected. I think Detroit, some smaller airports. Newark was affected yesterday. So there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. No, and I think all of us are in agreement. I think on both sides we're in agreement that Congress shouldn't be paid right now. So I mean, left, right. I don't care which side you're on. They shouldn't be getting paid right now.
Right. They're not, and the at least the senators are working. Yeah. The representatives aren't. They're not even in Washington. I mean, whatever Speaker Johnson's doing, he's not doing it well. So
he's got to wait for the other side to get their shit together.
Well, they keep trying.
What is he supposed to do?
Hey, well, right now it's the Senate. He's got to wait on the Senate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't do anything right now. You can't. I mean, but he does have to stop doing press conferences saying it's the Democrat shutdown.
Well,
it's the Democrat shutdown. And then the Schumer comes on and goes, it's the Republican shutdown. It's the Republican. No, it's our country's shutdown. Our country. It's not the Democrat. Guess what? Republicans are getting punished just the same as Democrats. And it's not the Republicans. Democrats are getting punished just the same as
right. And I don't think that's sunk in.
Stop saying it's the other side. It's our country's shutdown. And when people like Fetterman, I think, is the only one who's really saying that. He's not saying it's the Republican side. He's not saying it's the Democrat side. He's saying I vote country first.
Right.
Can't other people come up with that mentality?
No,
vote country first.
It's party over politics.
You're protecting your job, and I can tell you, I've given up jobs because of character, and I'll probably do it again before the end of my career. But you got to live with yourself with that. I mean, and shame on you guys. Shame on you guys.
Yeah, it was Lindsey Graham who was saying the shutdown will end this week. I don't know if it was in relationship to the elections, but it was Lindsey Graham who was declaring the shutdown will be over this week.
And so I'm thinking after tomorrow.
Right.
After some dust is cleared from some of this other stuff,
you'll have a couple of interesting ideas.
Then they might actually start talking,
because then the electorate will have spoken to some degree in Connecticut, Virginia, New York, and New Jersey. So we'll see what happens.
All right, we're coming to the end of our show. Do we have anything else that we need to get out there? Any questions we need to get out there?
I think we're good for now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to whack you there.
That's all right.
Luckily, the pen was closed.
Yeah,
it's a nice shirt. So I hated to mark it. Yeah. So, Blake, do you have anything out there?
No, sir. I'm good.
All right.
Excellent.
And I think tomorrow we might have a guest in tomorrow, a local nonprofit that has an event coming up this weekend. So it might be a little rush, but we'll see if we can get them in here and help out their cause.
They can help me make my bets.
And we're
they can't do any worse.
Yeah, definitely can't do worse than what we're doing. But we appreciate you guys. Support our sponsors. Appreciate that dialogue. I know we're not always going to agree, but we gotta be one country, and it's one thing. So you can't blame one side or the other. It's our country. So we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.